Hello. It says 5 people are here, so I'm just gonna start. My camera still is the shittiest camera known to man and woman. Ugh. What's up, guys? It's been a minute. I think it's been like this is the longest since I started streaming that I haven't been streaming. Um, Turning up the brightness on my computer to see if that makes my lighting better. I don't think it does. Whatever, it's fine. I just took a shower. I give up. Yeah, it's been like over a week since I last streamed. Um, because I was like, oh, I'm gonna plan to stream this day, and then I got sick and I wasn't feeling well. And so here we are. That's what's up. I don't really have anything. I don't have anything. I have nothing. I am no one. Um, I feel like I'm starting all over again. This is kind of like weird. Um, because I haven't done this in so long. And by so long, I mean like a week and a few days. Crazy. Is this an addiction? I don't know. Um, I don't know why I do this like shaking head thing when I'm like my hair is weird. I already know that I'm gonna be messing with my hair this whole time. Um, let's see if chats come up on screen. Do 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 do. Nope, I don't think so. Well, Vince said hi, Roman. Why don't they come up on screen? Let me figure out how to fix that. Or I just do this. I'm gonna do this instead and mess up my gaming thing. And then move this. Nope, not that. I'm so good at this. I'm so good at technology. I'm so good at technology. Look at that. You're welcome. Um, why doesn't it say? Okay, yeah, I do have audio on. Okay, cool. Now there is stuff. Ooh, Kitten has an ad because you are Kitten. You're the only one who has an ad because everybody else has subscribed. Oh, I'm slightly tilted, and that's pissing me off. Um, just be the full screen. It's because I adjusted it for gaming. Okay, nice, lovely. One day I'll get a light, and one day I'll get a camera, and then I'll be unstoppable. You might have noticed that my voice is quite, I mean, my voice is always pretty low, but it's, I want to make okay, sorry, I know I really should do, let me just set this up a little bit, because this box is really small, and the print is too small for me to read, and it's making me upset, and, nope, not that, don't want to do that, messing some things up. Nope, don't want to do that. Okay, still messing things up. How do I work this? Okay, I'm gonna do that real quick, and then don't worry, guys. I've got this figured out. Don't worry at all. This is okay, it's just gonna be giant because that's funny. Because I can't find. Yep, there we go. That's it. That's how it's gonna be. This is funny. Laugh. Um, yeah, Kitten, you missed out on all the people that were gifting subs. So, unfortunately, sorry, doll. A lot of people got gifted. What my neighbor got gifted a sub and he doesn't even watch my streams. So that's like hilarious. Um, so, oops. Okay, I'm gonna read these. Why is there an ad? Doman, should I take a spontaneous trip? Um, Well, how spontaneous is spontaneous? Not my neighbor with the serial killer note. Sorry. Um, can I miss out on a lot of things? It's okay. That's so sad. I'm already buffering for myself. This is great. Love that. Um, like right now, if you say yes. What? What? Like what right now? Well, wait. Oh, you're saying you're gonna come to my house. Guys, Vin is my stalker. Right now, Vin, I well, let me explain something real quick. Um, I'm leaving New York. Oh, well, when you say spontaneous trip, you often do a spontaneous trip to New York, or you ask to do a spontaneous trip to New York, and it scares me. But but you had fun last weekend, so it's fine. Um, I'm buffering for myself. I don't know if I'm buffering for anyone else. But well yeah, okay, yeah. So confirmed that they're talking about New York. Why does it scare me? Because sometimes you say things like I'm gonna go to New York at from 12 a.m. to 8 a.m. And I'm like, that's no, no, thank you. Because that would be a choice for sure. That would be it's just like you just make choices, man. That was one. Yeah, but once it's in someone's head once, it could always come back up. It can I'm forever afraid. Um yeah. But where would your spontaneous trip be? Um it's too cold. That's what I said last time when you wanted to come to New York, and it was much colder than it is right now. It was very warm when you came to New York. And by warm, I mean, yeah, like 30s, 40s, but that's Fahrenheit, but that's pretty warm. It's been like 0 degrees here. Ugh. But, okay, back to what I was saying. So I haven't been streaming lately because one, I was really busy with work, but mostly because I have illnesses, and because I don't know why. Ask God. No, I just have a condition. Does anybody know like Corpse Husband? Have you heard of Corpse Husband before? He may or may not be the reason I know what Twitch is. Um, but like back in 2019, 2020, I guess it was during COVID that I watched those videos. I started like learning stuff. I got a nope and a yeah. Okay, great. I started learning stuff about YouTube. I had never watched like YouTube before because I just straight up like I don't know, I wasn't like really allowed to, and I wasn't really supposed to watch TV either. So I just never got into YouTube, and would I was going so I don't know how I got introduced to this, but like I watched a clip on Among Us, and I was like, and so then I got really into the Among Us stuff, thought it was really cool, and there's a guy there, Corpse Husband, who has like a really low gravelly voice, and I thought he was really cool. One, because his voice, but then people were trying to dox like his face. Oh, I remember how I heard of it. It was because someone made a web comic about it, and I was like, "That's really cool." And then I learned it was based on really real people because I was like, the comic is really cool, and I liked it. And then I was like, "Oh, that's based on a person. I'm gonna go read about, or I'm gonna go watch these people." And so yeah, I went and I watched, and then I guess already by the time I was watching, I was already like super late. Corpse Husband had already like stopped streaming because some people like tried to out him, like out his face because he didn't want to show his face and people are mean. Um and yeah, it was just like and then I guess he just stopped streaming. And also he cited the health reasons. This is the reason I'm talking about this. So one of the things, the reason that well, also his voice, but the other reason that I really liked Corpse Husband and also his gameplay, but is because he has a condition that I also have. But and he would talk about how that condition makes his voice really like low and grumbly, and like his voice is like part of that condition. And one of my conditions is the same as his, the less serious one. He has like a really serious one. But basically my esophagus is inflamed. Um and because of that, it makes my throat hurt and like real rumbly. But my chest doesn't hurt anymore and my stomach doesn't hurt anymore. So I was like, "Oh, this is a pretty good day," even though like my throat is acting up right now, which it wasn't doing the rest of the day, which is really annoying. I hope I'm not glitching for you guys because I am glitching for myself. But yeah, so I had to like adjust, like I had to take a day off of work, I had to adjust my lifestyle, and I had to like buy a bunch of food and change how I was eating again because like I get these like attacks or flare-ups of my chronic illnesses sometimes, and then I'm like, "Oh, right. Damn. That that's a thing I need to like take care of." And so it's like, whoops. Um yeah, so that's kind of how it goes. But yeah, so my voice is a little not at its best, I would say. It's just like a little grumbly. It's not horrible right now. Um Yeah. So but like I definitely couldn't, I knew that I couldn't do like Date with Death because I do all the voices in that. And that, like, I can't, that one really low voice that I do is kind of almost my voice right now. And I can't, like, I could, but I don't want to, like, I could do the other voices, but I don't want to, um, like, make it worse, I guess. I don't know. I don't think that really affects it that much, but still, it does hurt. Um, Yeah, I have no idea what Leo's saying. Not ready, not really to, but that's fine. Ugh, okay. Um, Also what's really sad, which like way more sad, is that like than anything else, is that, my lovely Duncan love. Um, everyone here knows that I love Duncan. If you don't know that, you should. I freaking love Duncan. I mean, not the company. I think they don't support things I support. But I love the Dunkin' I go to. They gave me this free cup. I talk about it all the time. And I can't go to Dunkin' anymore. There's nothing I can eat at Dunkin' other than a plain bagel with nothing on it, maybe. Or like I could have a bagel with cream cheese, but I'd have to like carefully eat it because it could possibly inflame my throat. Not my throat. What? My chest. I'm smart. I don't know why I'm so out of it. Maybe it's because I took 2 Adderall today. Not like that's like a fine normal amount, but I'm like working on the dosage so to see like what's the right dose. And so like I feel like that was like the right dose and then now it's like worn off already and now I'm just like, who am I? What is life? Don't strain your voice over voicing Twinks, please, Lamau. Yeah, ugh, but it's so fun to voice Twinks. What can I say? Um, yeah, I think also I wasn't feeling very well after the last couple streams. Just in general, I was like, cause it was like I got affiliate really fast, and then like not so many, and then like not a lot of views. Like I felt like my views kept going down, and I was like a little sad. Um, yeah, so I don't really like it just is what it is. And like I don't really know. I'm still confused why I have so many followers. But my followers I was gonna say my followers suck. That's not true, guys. No, my followers are great. I assume, I hope. But they're just not active other than like my friends. Y'all be my friends. Well, actually a lot of my friends are following me and they don't show up. So, losers. Lame. You guys great. Is it still glitched, Lamau? Yeah, I think it's glitched. I don't think I actually have 147 followers. I think that's fake news. Um, let's pretend it's not glitched and I actually do have 147 followers. Um, yeah. Okay, I need to like wake up. I'm so awake. So awake. I can't have any caffeine anymore. It's really upsetting. Um, I need like an counter. Uh, uh, immediately says it. So basically, I'm gonna go back. Let's start back at the beginning. Talking about my day. There's really not that much to say. Haha, that rhymed. But because I like my roommate, I like came home and my roommate was like, "What'd you do today?" And I was like, it took me like 4 to 5 business days to answer. I was like, and she was like, oh, "Okay, cool. That's great." And so it's like, but no, I actually had like pretty chill day after having like a shitty week. Um because I, my boss was like, tomorrow's gonna be a light day because and yeah, I don't know, because there's like a new person, like ugh. Basically this week was wild at work because my so basically I wake up in the middle of the night Monday night. I'm in a ton of pain, I'm freaking out, and I um just like did not sleep. I fall asleep at 7 a.m., which is when I'm supposed to get up. And like I had sent a bunch of texts to my boss. I wake up like an hour later and I'm supposed to already be like up and ready to go. And like I call my boss like 6 times and she answers and she's like, I just woke up. And I'm like, did you read my text? And she's like, yeah, but like I don't know what to do. So I take the day off. But the problem is that the other um dog walker that works for her, he got hurt and he broke his ribs. So he and I both were out and she is also not feeling well. So like I go and see her the next day and she's not feeling well and I was like, well shit. And that night she was like, I think I have a fever. Or she said she had a fever. And so I was like, okay, that's freaking wild. Like what am I, all of us are sick, so basically or hurt, sick or hurt, or something is wrong with us. And I'm about to leave for California soon. And yeah, so that's another reason why I wanted to stream. I wanted to stream before I go to California, because it's gonna take a few days to like, well, I just like I have work tomorrow and then I have to fly the next day, and so kind of can't stream. I mean, I maybe I can stream on a plane, but yeah, so I will go to California and I'll be there for a little while. So I will be streaming from California, and possibly really embarrassingly doing Date with Death while my mom sits in a room, um, like one room away from me. Um, You said have fun on your trip. Thank you. It's kind of less of a trip. It's more I'm going home to take care of my mom after she had surgery. It's still gonna be, I mean, it's still like 10 days off of work or something. Like, I still got like a bunch of days off of work. And I love my mom, so yeah. But I will be Nurse Roman. Um, I shall be a nurse. So it's less of like a trip am more of like a like I was gonna as soon as we talked about my mom having surgery, I was like, okay, no matter what, I'm going out there. I'm going back home. I'll cross the country. Um, yeah. Oh, Leo also said, also to be fair, even big streamers only get like 1/10 of their subs actually watching streams. Nice. Great. Should I be cheering that? Oh, also I have a plushie of the day. I think I've gone through like most of them, and I may have already done Kirby. I have like a faint memory of having done Kirby before, but maybe I didn't. But this is my little Kirby plushie that I won in Japan because I feel like I've told this story before. Does anyone remember me telling the story? Um Lou says, I don't know, I don't care either way. Or either way, it's really cute. Yeah, it's really cute. So I'm just gonna tell the story real quick in case I have already told it. But basically, um, I was in Japan and I've never won like a claw grab before. And this is the only thing this is the first thing I ever won from a claw grab. Because basically the workers like watched me and my friend struggle so long that he felt bad and he came over and he was like helping us and he showed us like a trick and so then I got it and we like screamed so loud and he was like smiling when I got it and I was like and then he came and gave me a bag because that's what they do um and I was like, oh yeah, haha. So I love my Kirby. I also love it because I had a dog named Kirby at one point. Um, so Kirby's also was my player in Super Smash. Um, like in Smash Bros, I always played Kirby because I literally didn't understand what I was doing. It was like I would go over to my neighbor's house. Um, I would go over to the house with all the boys. It would just be the boys there, and then it was me. They all like play at home and knew what they were doing. I did not have Super Smash Bros. I didn't have any like video games really other than like we had a Wii, and we play like Just Dance, I think others. I don't remember what else. We'd play like like Wii Sports. But like I'd go over there and we'd play Super Smash Bros. And I would just play Kirby, which now I know is actually an OP move. Like if I weirdly did win. The fact that I won it all, like these boys would play every day by themselves and then we would all play together. Um so the fact that I ever won is an accomplishment because I genuinely like I was just playing as Kirby and Kirby's signature move. I've recently learned that the real name of it is called Inhale. Um Not just suck the other player up. Just slurp them up until you take all the powers. There's no nice way to say it. Inhale, the inhale is just like such a it's such an OP move. Like I would spam buttons in Super Smash. Like I would just be like constantly spamming buttons and I was really good at flipping back onto the thing, like onto the stage and we would just do like random or I would like they would like try and be competitive and like play their favorites and I would like randomly click on someone's controller so it'd be some random shit and I was like yeah, yeah, I've got this. And then every once in a while I would win. And anytime I didn't get last, I was like, that's really embarrassing for all of you. Um, but yeah, I remember that one of my friends he played as Samus, the one who like transforms into a girl or is a girl. I could never figure out what was happening. I was like a child and I was very confused. I was like, this is a cool super suit. Oh, they become another person. And I don't think I ever like it ever occurred to me that maybe they're taking off the suit or something. I still haven't figured it out. Um, I don't remember. And then I think my other friend always played as Link. I think the other friends they didn't have like signature characters. Samus is a girl, yeah. Nice. If I had known that as a child, I probably would have made fun of that dude for it. Haha. That's right. You should make fun of men because women suck. I think Kirby's actually a boy. So, the joke failed. I mean, what joke? This is what I believe. I haven't been reading anything. Um, and so that nothing makes sense. I read the comments and I said it 5 minutes ago, but I can't remember anything. Um, oh, Orbital Hybrid is here. First, no, one of the founding subscribers. Let's go. Woohoo. Um, and he's saying, I can tell that Vin was thinking dirty thoughts. Yeah, that's fair. I too was thinking dirty thoughts because I could not think. I think there's a reason that they call Kirby's move, I can speak. Kirby's move the inhale and not anything else, even though it doesn't look like an inhale. If you're asking me, I don't know how you guys inhale, but whatever. But yeah, they call it the inhale, and that is, Kirby breathes in and inhales. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. There's nothing I'm not gonna yeah. So I think that Vin is totally fair for thinking these things. Yep. Um, yeah, correct. I guess Kirby doesn't have a gender. I always, as a kid, I thought Kirby was a girl because Kirby's pink, and that's how the world works. Pink is a girl, blue is a boy. They had to, they had to, like, I keep saying my parents had to dress me in like pink because when I was a kid, I was like really big. I was like a really fat, chubby, cute baby. Freaking adorable, but I was like like everyone was like, "Whoa, your kid's gonna grow up to be a quarterback." And my mom was like, "Yeah, she's a girl." Which is like my parents didn't really care that much. They just thought it was funny, but I think they just got like at a certain point annoyed maybe, and so they started dressing me in all pink. Um, so But yeah, so I thought Kirby was a girl, and also because I played Kirby. Even though when I was playing Super Smash, I don't like pink, so I would like literally change the color. I would change Kirby's color, and I would never play as Pink Kirby. So I'm because I'm too cool. I'm too cool. Girls suck. Um Um, I keep saying and it's like there's nothing happening in my brain. There's genuinely nothing going on in my head. Um, see, and I still ended it with the words. I'm locking in. Now I'm locking in. I'm so locked in that I'm staring at the camera directly so that I can remember that I'm locked in, but also I'm gonna read the comments. Um, Basically, Vin and Orbital are fighting, except Vin can't spell orbital. Loser. Um, I can spell sometimes. Um, SMH, I'm cleaning, and this is what you say. What are you cleaning? Okay, Vin's spontaneous trip is to New Jersey now. I think that's like I think that's just taking yourself to New Jersey is a your own punishment. I'm kidding. Sorry to everyone who lives in New Jersey because I know people in New Jersey in this chat. Um, um, But also, if you want to go to New Jersey, I'll give you Vin. I'll give you some addresses. No, I'm kidding. Leo called me a massive ass kid. Goddamn. Okay, I wasn't like breaking. I wasn't that big of a fucking like. Let me find a child photo of me. Oh, that's yeah. If I thank God did finish my sentence because I don't always finish my sentences, and that could have been a bad one. Let's look. I'm gonna look up baby in my phone of me because hopefully there's not other babies. Um, then now I'm not like other Kirby's. Yeah, I'm not like other Kirby's. This is like other Kirby's. Too pink, boring, but like I would always just be like a blue Kirby or something. I would go for the like midnight color, you know. So cool. Vin is now coming to New York, and I say no. No hotel, no bars. I'd love some addresses. Yeah, I'll give you some addresses. Vin has my address. Please don't dox me. Um, Orbital said massive as in like tall though. Bro, I'm talking about me as a literal baby, like a newborn. I I mean chubby as shit. Like newborns aren't tall. Then I'll bring some knuckle sandwiches for a midnight snack. Ha 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 ha. Sorry. That was really funny. That was a good one. Um, I'm laughing really hard internally. It's just because I'm tired. Um, um, you, oh my God. Once you become conscious of something that you say or do a lot, it's so bad because I keep saying and I keep hearing it and I want to like scratch. I don't know, scratch, what's this saying? Scratch your eyes out. Um, just be angry. I'm mad, and everybody gets to know it. Um, but yeah, Leo's saying don't dox yourself. I don't know if you're talking to me. I don't know which person you're telling not to dox. I will do my best not to dox myself, but it's really hard for me, as you know. Um, Newborns can be cute and chubby. Yeah, I know. I was saying I was cute and chubby, and then you said massive, like tall, and then I was like, what the fuck? I didn't see any of that shit. Anyways, there's a bunch of pictures of me with my baby cousins. Um, will this 1 minute? Let me pull up a baby photo. A lot of my baby photos are of I was such a freaking adorable baby, but when I look up baby in my phone, it's like all my cousins' babies. I'll just do this one. This is like the main pic. I don't know what this, I hope this looks, because there's a delay. Let me go to the other screen so I can see if oh, you can't see anything. Turn down brightness. Okay. Yeah, that's me as a baby. Um, do I look the same? Cute. I'm adorable. This is, I'm a little bit older here, but like, I saw this picture and I was like, oh, why didn't my parents put me in child modeling? I'm doing this on the wrong side. But like come on. I don't like that you can see it's too meta if you can see um the stuff the like stuff in the reflection. But yeah, like and this was my first birthday. Friggin' adorable. Like what a cute kid. What happened? This is me as a baby in Ireland. Back in my home country. Just kidding. Just freaking climbing some stones because that's what the Irish do to their children. They just throw them on some stones and hope they. Oh wait, here's a really good photo, that shows why people thought thought I would be a footballer and why they had to put me in pink. I why the way I immediately put it on the wrong side of the screen is hilarious. We don't need my face. But this is like, I was just massive. Just a massive baby that had to be put in pink to be identified as a girl. Um, Let me go back so I can read comments. Um, Flashbang. Yeah, I accidentally flashbanged you guys until I went and checked. Looks like all other babies. Fuck you. That's not true. If I were being mean, I might show you a picture of my sister or something. Well, here's the thing. My sister is a preemie, and like I think all preemie babies are probably like pretty ugly, cause like it's not fair. They're just trying to survive. Like oof. But like come on. Like they're all like wrinkled and tiny. I think I said this to my dad once, and he yelled at me, and he was like, "We were just helping. We just wanted her to survive." And I was like, "But she was an ugly baby. She's very pretty now." She but I just it's like a it's I just thought I said it a lot as a kid, and I still think that. No. But there are cuter babies than other babies. I will tell you. I have pictures of my cousin's babies in my phone, and um some of their babies are cuter than other their babies, and I will not tell you anything about it. Because yeah, also because it would be kind of weird if I started showing you other people's babies. I can show you me as a baby, but I'm not gonna show other babies. Anyways, so all babies do not look the same, and you're racist, babyist, and sexist, and ableist, homophobic. You suck. Um, I'm not sorry. Yeah, Vin said aw. Exactly right. Thank you, Vin. Leo said slay. Thank you so much. Um, Orbital said LOL, I like older Roman because of reasons. Yeah, okay. We're just gonna skip over that. Then crazy Lamau, the bald head wasn't helping, crying. Okay, great. So everyone's just making fun of me. That's fine. It's fine. I'm not mad. Anyways, um, I probably won't go for 2 hours tonight because I don't know, my throat hurts. And before Orbital says anything, because he wasn't here, it's because of my illness. It's because of my chronic condition that causes my esophagus to swell. And so no one say anything about that. Just preemptively. Just preemptively. Not anyways. I don't know what you guys were thinking. So yeah. Oh, um, see, I keep saying and it's like fair, don't push yourself too hard. Thank you, Liu. Much appreciated. Um, but yeah. Also I'm just getting back into it. I want to finish Date with Death. I really want to finish Date with Death. Um, I actually might we might switch to Date with Death because I really want to finish the game, but I think I have to wait until my throat is better or my um because I enjoy doing the voices. Like let me try doing the voices, see what happens. Hi y'all. Oh my god. Ew. The flirty southern accent doesn't sound so good when my voice is well, it's a little rusty, I might say. What else? What other voices do I do? I do a male British accent, which I would probably just do like this. Okay, that's fine. And then I do like a voice like this. Okay, maybe actually I can play Date with Death. Um, the evil twink voice. The way that I have to press allow, the evil twink voice. I have a question. I have a question. I do wonder. It doesn't matter to me because I am queer, so I can say twink, I think, maybe. But can straight people say twink? I genuinely am curious. Um, I've heard like 20 different answers. Everyone has different opinions. But yeah, I am curious. But yeah, basically, maybe if in like 10 minutes y'all are down, then we shall play date with that. Um, yeah, yeah, there's nothing else going on in my head. I mean, it's not a slur by itself, it's a type of constitution on men, basically skinny men. Yeah, but it's skinny gay men. Specifically. And it's not a slur by itself. I guess only if it's used as such. I've just heard like a lot of discussion on this recently, and so I was like, interesting. Like bear describe bigger and hairy men. Yeah, it's just that people can use that as a derogatory term, um, like in a mean way. And I feel like I've been hearing twink a lot, and now people aren't using it. I only have two people watching now, and I think it's just Leo, and maybe Vin. Okay, maybe I'll just end. People don't want me to talk about politics, or the political, I don't know, anything, people don't want to talk about what things are politically correct. Um, Leo, let's just have a conversation. How is your day? What's Chile like? The food, not the place. Then I would have said Chile. Um, I'm sorry. I'm really not funny. I somehow see 10 viewers Twitch core. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with yours that it says 10 viewers. We're gonna go with yours and say I have 10 viewers. Maybe somehow Twitch inflates my views. Um, to be fair, Twitch is janky as fuck. Yeah. Leo did not respond and tell me how their day is. Oh, honestly, I don't know what to say about it, lol. I know, right? It's hard. I almost got in a fight at the dog park today. Not the dogs, me, also the dogs, but there was a woman. Can I say the C word on here? What are my swearing restrictions? What are the Twitch swearing restrictions? Is anyone aware? Because this bitch was a cunt. Um, um, and I don't say that word lightly. It's my opinion as a woman, that that cunt is a word. Well, yeah, I already knew that one. But it's a word that only people who are women. What am I saying? I don't know why I can't get words out. Women can only say it is what I think. If a man called me a cunt, I would cut his balls off. Um he would be dead in seconds. And I'm a pacifist. So, yeah. I got in a fight at the dog park, because me and my boss were training the new girl, and we're at the dog park. We've got 9 dogs, and there's 3 of us, so it's fine because you can have 3 dogs per person, so it's fine. This woman walks in with her dog on a leash. First of all, you don't walk in with your dog on a leash. There's a whole area in the dog park for taking off your leash. Like, what the fuck do they think that's for? Like, I don't know. Stupid. 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 Um, that her, not me. Not the people who made the dog park. There's a reason. And the reason why you don't just, well, one, it's also because you don't want like a dog to run out. But like a big part of it is because you don't just bring your dog in on a leash. Because it makes them a target when there's a bunch of dogs playing in a dog park, and then one dog walks in on a leash, then that dog is now a target. All the dogs are like, "Oh, this dog is different." Like they're like it also puts the dog at a disadvantage if there's a fight or anything because the dog is stuck, it can't run away. It's like a dog park is literally like a no leash zone. That's kind of the point, maybe. But this woman comes in, her dog's on a leash immediately. Me and my boss are like standing together and the new girl's with us, and we're immediately like, we are mean girls. And so is the guy who dog walks with us. He's like he's Regina George actually. No, I'm kidding. Um and that's why he broke his ribs. No. But like we do gossip about people and it's really fun. And I think I saw something the other day that was like studies show hating the same things makes you closer to others, and I was like, I already knew that. I've like been knowing that. Like that's how do you think teenage girls make friends? Um and that's why we should all bully each other. No, I'm kidding. I am. Don't bully people unless they deserve it. I didn't say that. But I make myself laugh and I don't think I make anyone else laugh. Anyways, that's just a little fear of mine. No worries. Cut that. So I am like really angry and I go in, or like I'm talking to my boss and we see the dog in the leash and we're like, what is this bitch doing? Why is she bringing her dog in here on a leash? So we already are looking at her, right? She doesn't like just by she's put a target on her back with humans too, because we're like, what the fuck are you doing? So she comes in with the leash and like sometimes people do that and then they'll take it off like pretty fast, and it's like weird but it's fine. Um but like I don't know. She goes into the middle of the dog park, which is I don't know. I don't know. Why take the dog all the way to the middle of the dog park? Also, there's like snow everywhere. There's still snow and ice. Takes the dog to the middle of the dog park. The rest of the dogs were playing. Now all the dogs are curious because there's a new dog in the dog park and it's specifically on a leash. So all the dogs swarm this dog, and one of our dogs, who's my boss's dog, and is a Shar and Shar are also known as like Chinese fighting dogs, and she's not gonna hurt anybody, but like, well, she will herd, but not hurt, but she loves to hurt us. It's funny. It's really cute, but like basically, it's just so the Shar goes over and is like, and kind of like test the waters. All the other dogs are kind of standing around, um, and she goes up and she like kind of like nips at the dog, sees what's up, sees if the dog wants to play. This dog already from the start like does a chomp, um, not like tries to bite her, but does a warning, like not a bite exactly. But it's like it was definitely like a snap. She's already snapped at her. This dog immediately snaps at our dog that's like trying to see if the dog wants to play. So it's like, why are you at the dog park? Weird, okay? She takes the dog off the leash and all the dogs are standing around, and one thing that dogs do, okay, this is going to blow your guys' minds, but there's this one thing that dogs do. It's called barking. So she had like when she was on the leash been walking up, and one of our dogs, who I love, but he's an idiot, and he's a Bernedoodle, and he um just barks all the time, and he's just barking at the dog because he wants a lot. We have another doodle that barks at dogs. We have multiple doodles that barks at dogs they want to play with, because a lot of times dogs will bark crazy. Dogs will often also bark at the dogs they want to play with. So like it's like it makes sense. If you Okay? Okay, just hold that in your mind. So one of our dogs is barking at her dog, maybe two, but specifically this Bernedoodle is barking at her dog, who's a pretty big dog. And she looks and around, or no, wait, first goes up and goes shh. And at first I was like, and we kind of, I don't know. I mean, all the dogs, I think of all the dogs as my dogs, but also like I tend to take more responsibility of like which dogs I walked. And that day I walked five and my boss walked four and the new girl was just observing. But but like the Bernedoodle was one of my dogs that I walked, so I like am even more protective. I mean, I would probably have been anyways, but I was like, this is one of the dogs in my group. I'm taking care of this dog. Um, and so I go over and like I, I go um over after the snap thing, and when she starts yelling at basically my dog to stop barking. She's yelling at my Bernedoodle to stop barking. It's a dog at a dog park who wants to play with your dog, who you are for some reason keeping on leash. And I'm like losing my mind. And so like I'm already walking over there because I'm pissed. And I'm like, don't tell my dog. And she's like looking around, and this is when she was looking around, she's like, whose dog is this? And I was like, I didn't even like say anything because I was so annoyed. I was like, she's a dog. Wait, sorry. Yeah, that one was a dog. She was a bitch. I also think only women can call women bitches. Unless it's a funny joke, then I think it's fine. Uh, but basically, I go over and I'm like, cause she's yelling, whose dog is this? And I go over and the Bernedoodle Hudson. He's freaking out. Not like freaking out. He's just barking. He just always barks. He never stops barking. It drives me crazy, but I love him. He's adorable. Yeah, but he's barking and I go over to be like, and I do say he's a dog. I literally, because she starts like yelling, and so I go, he's a dog. Dogs bark. And I said that exactly. And I was really pissed. Because usually I don't engage with people that are like acting like assholes. When someone's acting like an asshole, I usually just ignore them and let them just deal with themselves. But I was really pissed, and I was also like get the fuck away from my dog if you're gonna like I was just annoyed. But she's like being like that. Meanwhile, all my other dogs are watching because they want to like they're trying to see if they can play. Um, and so like they're literally like an audience. And I think my boss came over too and said something, but I didn't hear what she said. But both of us like we kind of kept our cool in that we said something, but we weren't like we didn't get like too mean or anything because like I like would have ripped her a new one. Like I verbally would have ripped her a new one. Um if she kept trying to come at us or say something. Because the next thing that happened is surprise. The dog that has like a big harness on, that usually if a dog has a big harness with a grip on the back, that means it's usually not a very nice dog because you have to pull that dog back a lot. Um that's what if I had a dog that, well, I wouldn't take that dog to the dog park, but it's like it's something that you see on a lot of dogs that so it's hard yanking them by the leash can hurt the throat, or like however a harness can sometimes not do the job, and like if you have like it makes it really easy to pick up the dog if there's a grip on the back. Um and so but it also you wouldn't wear that to the dog park because that makes it easy for them to grab onto. But basically, I think the other dog tries to fight my Bernedoodle. Um, so now her dog is trying to attack my dog. Um, Why? Because while my dog was barking, he dropped his ball. He's obsessed with he's just, I know what, I don't even care. He's obsessed with balls. He's a dog. Um and so he like goes crazy and he barks over them and he will do anything. He will jump in trash cans over it. He and I fight about it all the time. He has bit me over a ball. Not badly, but like he gets aggressive, not like mean aggressive, but like he doesn't mean to. Um, but loves he loves balls. Um, and so he had a ball in his mouth and he dropped it. Um, sort of when I was like walking over, because I guess he wanted me to throw it. Maybe it was because the woman was being crazy. A million reasons. But he like he just like the other dog grabbed the ball, and so he wanted to play with the other dog. He was like, "You have my ball. We're gonna play." And I'm gonna just like remind you that dogs are dogs and dogs like to play. Crazy, especially at a dog park. He is also used to playing with the Shar Pei I talked about earlier, where like a lot of times some of the dogs one of them will have a ball and the other dog will bite the other side of the ball and they will literally tug a war with just a little tennis ball. And it's hilarious and it's cute. But it's also like just like super normal. And so this other dog is has the ball in its mouth and is kind of like starting to like come at the Bernedoodle, and the Bernedoodle does not is I he is dumb as rocks. I love him so much, but he is dumb as rocks. Um like he just he's like he sees the ball and he sees the dog come in and just kind of like does a little like chomp and is like trying to get the ball um and like get it back. This woman freaks out. Meanwhile, her dog is growling and already like I can see in the dog's behavior, the dog is gearing up to attack Hudson. So I immediately start to put my body in between them because I'm like this is going to start a dog fight and my dog's not even going to realize this is a fight and most likely is going to be the one who gets hurt. Um and so I go and I um try to get in between, and I'm also like yelling at this woman at the same time because she's like, control your dog. And I'm like your dog is attacking mine, also your dog stole my dog's ball. um like I usually am not like, I don't really care about like if like people borrow or whatever. It wasn't even our ball, it was just a ball that was at the dog park. But I was just angry. And also scared because I don't want my dog to get hurt. I don't want either dog to get hurt. Um, and so I put my body in the way, which is what you're supposed to do. When there's a dog fight, you put your body in the way. You don't put your hands in the way. Why? Because you know it's really easy to bite your hand. Like a dog's mouth is bigger than a human's, but still, like, have I had a dog bite my ass? Yes. Have I had a dog bite my nose? Yes. Was it the same dog? Yes. They were love nips, and they were love little nibbles, and they were the Shar-Pei I was just talking about. She just likes to gnaw on me. She does it on my hands all the time. It's adorable. It hurt when she bit my ass though. But basically, like, I put my body in between. I have my hands down because I don't want to get my hand bit because that shit fucking hurts. And like this woman immediately reaches her hand in and like that moment felt like a slow-mo where I was like this woman is gonna I was gonna yell at her and be like, do not put your hands. But I was like, she's lucky that my dog does not bite and did not think it was a fight. He does not bite if there's not a ball. He is, again, dumb as rocks. I love him to death. But like he does not bite. She's lucky, but she did not know that. Um And so she like reaches in and grabs him by his collar, his Tiffany collar, may I remind you. I don't think I said that before, so I don't know if it's a remind moment. But he has a Tiffany collar, which is like I mean he's not my dog, but I think of all the dogs that I take care of as my dogs. But yeah, he grabs him by his Tiffany collar and is like your dog's insane. I don't know. She's just being crazy. I go and grab him by the collar because I'm like, get your hands off my dog. Also, I don't know why she didn't go take care of her own dog who is being insane and like has this weird little grip thing. Like if I had went and grabbed her dog, oh, you best believe she would have been mad. Um, like she probably whatever. But I go and I take him and I say I'm putting him in timeout, which is just like what we say, me and my boss, to each other, because like I'll just put it just means that we put a leash around them and we leash them up, not leash them all the way up, but just like kind of put them in the corner and tell them to sit and have a leash on them kind of loose because they know when they're in trouble. Um but this was actually more of a safety thing. I was worried about like this Bernedoodle just, was sweet and dumb, thinking, oh, we're playing with the ball, and then this dog attacking him. I didn't want that. And so we do that with the Shar as well because she again is like wants to. She's not done with bricks, but she also thinks she can't tell fighting between playing sometimes. So this woman's dog that wants to fight that the rest of our dogs don't want to play with, which is weird because our dogs love like we had 9 dogs total. 2 we had to take out of the mix and I went and sat with them. That we still had 7 dogs and the 7 dogs wouldn't play with this dog. The other dogs at the dog park wouldn't play with this dog. Um and so we were just like we would have left immediately, but my boss was like, I don't want her to win. I was like, fair. And so we go and like we leave a little bit later. Um, and right as we're about to leave, we see one of our dog walking friends because everyone knows each other. Like it's a tight knit community. Many people have joked that it's like the dog mafia. Um, and like she's like, "Oh no, you guys are leaving." And we're like, "Oh my God. Hey, don't come in because there's a dog on here you don't want to deal with. You don't want to get your dog spit like which is just like what we do. Like everyone warns each other about aggressive dogs. And so she's like and so immediately she says that I always like my boss just goes, "You don't want to go in there." And my boss just looks at the woman and she's across the park and I mean not my boss, sorry, the new walker looks at the woman and is like, "Oh, a bitch." And is talking about the woman and I was like, that's hilarious. But my boss literally walked up and was like, "I don't use this word a lot, but that woman is a cunt." And I was like, I have no qualms about using that word and I agree that woman is a cunt. Like she is like the worst. Um And it was like it's more that like the endangering of both her dog and others that I was like so pissed about. And the fact that like the audacity of she didn't think everyone else's dog left, our dogs left. We told the walker didn't come in either, and like we were just like now the dog is alone in the park and yes the dog gets to play ball in the park but it's like why bring your aggressive dog to the dog park? Don't bring aggressive dogs to the dog park. I walk an aggressive dog. I don't think he's aggressive because he loves me, but like I don't take him to the dog park because I don't want him or another dog to get hurt or a person trying to stop them in the process. It's like just basic logic, and I guess she just doesn't have normal human decency. Also, she should have socialized that dog from a young age. If it's having these sort of problems, then she should be working on that instead of yelling at shushing other people's dogs. I was already mad when she first shushed. She shushed my dog, and I went, that's a weird thing to do. Like if a dog came up to me barking, I'd be like, "Oh." Like the worst time I'd do is be like, "What the fuck are you barking at, baby? Like what are you doing?" which I talk to dogs like they're humans all the time. Um, but like I was like, how dare you shush my dog? That's such a weird reaction. I thought maybe she was joking at first. Then when it was clear, when she kept going like, "Who's this dog? Who owns this dog? It keeps barking." And I was like, "Yeah, dogs bark." Whoa. Mind blown. I didn't know. But yeah, I'm gonna actually read all of the comments. I was just like so engrossed. I had to, sorry, I have the hiccups. I don't know how I got the hiccups from, I didn't eat any, whatever. Um, I was very into my story. Orbital Hybrid said that I'm a pacifist, but I won't hesitate to pass a fist. That's true. I like would not hurt anyone, but like I don't believe in violence at all. If someone hit me, I would hit them back. Self-defense. Um, but seriously, for everyone else, if someone hits you, run. That's supposed to be the best self-defense, is running. Me personally, I kind of always wanted the chance to punch someone. I once got punched walking on the streets of New York, and I was so angry, not because he punched me, but because he did it from the side as he was walking, and like he by the time I realized that he had punched me, because I was like so out of it. I was already on my way to the ER. I was on the phone with my sister. This man punches me just in the arm, so it was fine. But I he was already at the end of the street by the time I turned around, and I was like, I'm not gonna chase him down and punch him back. But I was like, that was my chance to finally punch someone. But no. I'm a pacifist. Don't hit people. It's good that he was nearby, because I probably would have hit him, and he would have deserved it. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't think don't hit people. Guys, don't hurt others. Only with your words. I can verbally tear you apart in seconds. It's kind of my biggest, it's the thing I have to hold back. Like in Naruto, when Rock Lee like drops the weights that he's had on him. If you don't know that reference, where have you been living? But anyways, like, so he drops the extra weights. That's me holding back, like, literally just verbally abusing people. Because I constantly like am writing rap disses in my head, not like actually, but like I could roast someone pretty easily, um and make them unhappy. And I do that in none of my, if when I get in arguments with people, I have to like write all of it out, and then I have to be like, okay, not sending any of that, just sending the bare minimum, because I can point out every single line that they're wrong, and I can tell them every single thing that's wrong about what they said, and why they are a shitty person, why I hate, and why the world does not just anyway. I was gonna start being like, I was thinking of a specific one. But I don't know. Again, I am a pacifist. I don't want to hurt people, even if that's mentally. Um, and that's hard. It's hard to do. Um, but yeah, enemy of my enemy is my friend, or whatever the saying was. Yeah, enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah, that is kind of how people become allies and then friends. Yeah, who does she think she was? I'm sobbing. Agreed. People when animals are animals. Yeah, I put me in, coach. Sense the bad vibes. Yeah, for real. You cannot be risking your own dogs and other dogs. Like, come on. Yes, exactly. Bro did a hit and run. I'm crying. Yeah, it was when everybody was getting there was like a thing where white girls were getting punched in this one specific area of New York, and I thought it was hilarious, and not hilarious, sorry. Hilarious. I just thought it was like, it's just a hilarious like title. It seems like, if you know what the Onion is, it sounds like a fake thing. White girls get punched in park. um, in New York. Like that just sounds so like it's just funny sounding, but it's like people actually got really hurt. I can laugh about it because like I got hit in the arm and I was in the middle of going to the ER for other stuff that was way worse. And so I was like okay, and like I had to the police were like, "Can you come in and fill in a report?" Because I called my school at the time and like um was like, "Yo, so you remember that guy that's been punching everybody on around here? I just got punched." And they were like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm at the ER." And they were like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "Oh, but not for that." I was actually on my way to urgent care when he came, or when he punched. Like, so I'm fine. But it was so I was like I'm fine, and they were like, okay, a police officer's gonna call you and you're gonna tell them about it. And I was like, okay. I have a really weird memory of like I'm constantly saying I have dementia, but I also because I forget everything, but I also have a really hyper specific memory. um like some of my friends were making fun of me like 2 weeks ago or something because I remembered the entire plot of The Hangover, and I haven't watched that movie in years. And I was like, that's normal. Like, of course I have useless random junk memorized. Um, who doesn't? But like I had memorized immediately when I turned around and saw, because I had been on the phone with my sister, right? So I'm on the phone with my sister. He punches me, and I was in the middle of talking, and I stopped talking, and my sister's like, "What?" And I'm like, I just got punched, and I was really chill about it. I was really chill about it because I was like literally in the again, going to urgent care, had to go to the ER, was dealing with other stuff. And my sister was like, "What?" And then I turn around and I um immediately just clock everything he's wearing, about what height he is, all that stuff. I still remember he was wearing a green hoodie. Um but yeah, so I was able to tell them I like the reason I wanted I wouldn't have let them know if it wasn't affecting other people, but because it was like multiple people were getting hit, I was like, okay, I should let the school know. And then the school was like, talk to the police. The police were like, and like I tell them stuff, and the police are like, okay, do you want to come in and like try and like we'll like file a report and like press charges or whatever. I don't know, all this stuff. There was like a lot of stuff, bureaucratic shit that I didn't want to do. I sound like a libertarian. But there was just like a lot. I was again, I get this call once I'm at the ER. So I'm in an ER bed. And I'm like, "Well, yeah, so I'm in the ER." And they're like, "Oh my God, did he do that to you?" And I'm like, No, separate thing. Again, separate. I just happened to be in the ER." And like he's like or yeah, I think it was a man on the phone. But the guy's like, "Okay, like so you don't want to like press charges or something?" And I was like, "I don't want to go to the police station. I'm in the ER. I think it was like at the end of final season and I was going home soon. I was like, I don't want to go to the police station. I'm already having a shitty day." And like I'm and I was like, "Can you just I just wanted to call and let you know so that other people can know to like maybe help you find the guy who's punching people, because I just told you where he was heading and you've called me back. Like I told you the direction he was heading on, the street he was on, what he was wearing, what he looked like. I told you everything, and you called me like 4 hours later and he's probably not still on that street." Um but I was like so done. I'm sitting in ER, there's an IV in my arm, and I'm like, I don't want to go to the police station and fill out a report. Can you just write this shit down so that he doesn't keep punching other people? I just want to help other people not get punched. That's all I care about right now. And also I'm dealing with some shit. Um and I always say that was one of the worst days of my life. Because I like bombed a final in the morning and I knew I bombed it. Um reali realized I had to go to the ER for reasons I don't want to talk about because it's kind of funny, but it's also kind of awkward. Um yeah, I'm not gonna talk about it. Like it's yeah, but I like called my dad and he's like, yeah, you should go to urgent care. And my sister's like, I don't know, urgent care, the ER. And my mom's like, go to ER. And so then everybody's in between. And so I was like, I'm going to urgent care. Which was stupid. Urgent care always sends me to the ER. Every time I've gone to urgent care, they've been like, just go to the ER. And then the ER is like, yeah, don't go to urgent care because they just will send you to the ER no matter what. And I'm like, what the fuck is the point of urgent care? At least they don't charge you for going to urgent care if you go to the ER, or at least the one I've been going to. Um, but yeah, so like bombed a final, had to go to urgent care. On the way to urgent care, I get punched. Um, that was just like, I was just like, what the fuck? I get punched. I go to the ER. And I do all of this by myself. My family doesn't live nearby. Actually, I have family that does live in the city. Um, I think I messaged my mom like, are they not gonna like try and come or something? And I think they were getting their hair done. Anyways, I'm not bitter, but yeah, so I am just was in the ER alone for a long time, feeling like shit. Um, and I think they ended up and the ER ended up being like not super helpful. And they were like, well, like we it could be this thing or it could be this thing. You should go to this type of doctor. And I was like, I already have that type of what? Should I, what? Um, so I was just like pissed that I had that final and then had to go through that entire day to go to the ER and have a bunch of uncomfortable exams and then be like, yeah, so this is happening, but there's nothing we can actually do about this and it's actually not that serious probably. Like it'll probably heal on its own. But also you should probably go to this doctor. So like yeah, and then I had to go home. And then I was like, well, this day sucked. I didn't enjoy this. This was not a good day. The punching thing was actually probably one of the more fun parts of the day. The less fun was the having to fill out like reports and shit, like because I filled out stuff online, and then like dealing with all the people of bureaucracy while I was like in like I have small veins and I also have rolling veins. And so it's really hard for them to get an IV in. And so having just everything. I was annoyed. It was a bad day. It was a bad day. Quite simply. The punching, being punched, again, what I was annoyed about was having to do the calling stuff, but mostly that I didn't get a punch him back. He was a pussy ass coward. I think, again, only women should be able to use the word pussy because people usually say it in a derogatory way, but it's also just a funny word. Um, but he was a pussy ass bitch and he was a coward and I think and if he had really and he was screaming the whole time before he punched me in the arm and I was on the phone and I was like, okay, it's New York, people scream. Um, so like he's walking at me and like he punched me on the side as we go by and like yeah, it hurt and it bruised, but like if he really wanted to, he should have punched me and like stayed, and then I could have punched him back. And then my mom was like, "Thank God he didn't, because he might have had a knife, Roman. Like, don't try to punch people back." And I was like, "What do you mean?" Then I would pull out my knife, a bigger knife. No, um, I think my biggest red flag is that I think I could fight anyone and I definitely couldn't in reality. Okay, I haven't been reading anything because today multitasking is harder than other days. Roman, but you break my heart all the time. Oh, bro did a hit and run. I'm crying. Yeah, he did do a hit and run. Fuck him. Roman, but you break my heart all the time. Yeah, that's because you deserve it. else pussy ass bit. No, I'm kidding. Um, that's like a you problem, I think. I don't think I'm actually I'm much nicer to you than so yeah, that's a you problem. Be lucky to be in my presence. Sometimes I think of a joke in my head and I think of how it can be delivered really funny and then I just can't commit to it. And if I committed to it, it might be funny, but I will like immediately be like, I'm kidding, I'm sorry. I don't want to upset anyone. Yeah, so and that's why I could never be a comedian. Yeah, that. Nothing else. There are no other reasons why I could never be a comedian. Um, yeah, I couldn't believe it at first about punching random girls on the street. Yeah, that was wild, insane timing. Yeah. Yeah, I might have been punched, but low key, I have bigger problems right now. I was like high key, I have bigger problems right now. I was like two steps in front of the urgent care. I was like, well, shit, I have been punched. That sucks. And I think I walked into the urgent care and I went, hey, I need to see a doctor. Also, I just got punched right outside of your urgent care, just in case you wanted to know. And they were like, are you okay? Do you need treatment? And I was like, no. Like, it's just a punch in the arm. Uh, People have hit me worse. I was gonna say something bad. Um, um, I know people that have. No, I'm not. Anyways, um, basically, yeah, I walked into the ER and was like, yeah, I got punched. I just wanted to let you know in case somebody like I don't know if in case somebody else gets punched. I don't want to like hurt them. What am I saying? I don't want them to get hurt as well. So that's why. That's kind of like why I told people, and so I wasn't really expecting everyone to be like, "Oh my God, like you got punched. Do you need medical attention?" Or like to sue them. Like no, like it like left a tiny bruise. On the same topic of bruising, does anybody else have like maybe eczema? Well, I have eczema, but like I don't know. You itch your legs a lot and then it bruises because lately like I'm used to like itching my legs in my sleep and then accidentally like I wake up and it's like scabs and stuff. But like I have been itching my legs and I wake up and there are bruises now. And I'm like, am I just do I just bruise really easy or is this a common phenomenon? Sorry, just while we're talking about bruises. Also that guy didn't hit me that hard. Like I could have taken him down. Anyways, um I'm gonna finish reading comments. Roman with her priorities, punching people back. Yeah. Yeah. If somebody's gonna punch me, I'm gonna punch them back. Now I'm sobbing. Yeah, I'm fucking hilarious. What can I say? I don't remember what I was talking about that made you laugh because I think I did a sidebar real quick. Oh yeah, a weirdly, yeah, I bruise very easily. Um, did anyone ever watch the Charlie Brown movie as a kid? And like you learn about like leukemia in the Charlie Brown movie, and it's like one of the first signs it's bruising easily. And then I think at one point I started bruising easily when I was younger and I was like, "Oh my God, I have cancer. I have I am the kid from Charlie Brown's cancer video movie thing." Um yeah, and then my mom was like, "Yeah, no, you just bruise easily." Maybe. And then now I'm like, "Oh, okay, I do take a lot of medications that can lead to bruising easily and also I'm iron deficient." Um uh, the cancer auto diagnosis. To be fair, that was like I was like 7. I was like 7 and I watched this movie and they were like, "She bruised easily. She has cancer." And I was like, "I bruise easily. Oh, you have cancer." So I freaked out for a little bit at 7. But yeah, now I don't know why scratching my legs the eczema is now causing bruising. Too I just too much I'm too strong. What I'm too freaking strong. And or I'm so weak that I just break so many blood vessels just scratching my legs. Um so I'm guessing it's probably because I'm iron deficient and I take a lot of medication, but it's just weird. Yeah, I think it's high key insane. Leo said that's insane, low key. Um, yeah, it's like just that the bruises are so big now because it's been happening for a little bit now, and now I'm like, why are my legs so bruised? It like looks like I'm being abused. That rhymes. Kind of a bad. Anyways, I'm a rapper. Get my SoundCloud, guys. It's uh quick. Someone come up with a rapper name. R Rappin' Roman. Yep, that's it. I give up. I am now on SoundCloud as rapping Roman, Roman raps, rap, rapman, rapman, rap, rapman, ro. Say that 5 times fast. I can't. Ro. I can't say that 1 time fast. To be fair, I can't say many things. God, words. I can't say a lot of things very fast. I can't really speak very well. I don't know if you've noticed. I'm not so good at the speaking. Other things I'm not good at, reading, and also remembering and not saying um reading, writing, spelling, thinking, working as a person, being okay. Yeah, I'm not really good at any of those. Also, I'm looking at this video, and when I look up, you can see my eye bags so heavily. It's so funny. I think like the last couple of videos, somebody had been like, wear makeup, and I was like, okay, I'll try, I guess. And I had been kind of annoyed at that because I don't usually wear makeup on a day-to-day basis, with work. And so like I think I put on like a little cat eye one day and I was like, everyone marvel at my cat eye. But yeah, no, I took a shower before this. I was not gonna friggin' wash my face and then put on makeup. Who would do that? I would have to wash my face again, and that's bad for your face. And also, I don't know, but that's like effort. I wonder if my hair's still wet. Um, because it's caught in the clip. Also shout out this beautiful clip that is from China. My friend who's from Beijing bought me this and brought it back for me. Or I guess not back for her, brought it here for me. But it has little dragons on it, and anyone that knows me very well knows that I have a dragon like over my bed. I love dragons. But yeah, so it's a very cute clip. Um, it's one of my favorites. I have like 4 claw clips on my desk. There's a watermelon. That's from my sister. This is from my friend. This one I just bought this one myself at like Urban Outfitters because I thought it was cool. I don't like pink, but I like things that look cool. You give and you take, okay? Okay, so my hair is still wet because I put it up in that. So I'm now this is what my stream is. Girl brushes hair. Entertaining? Are you not entertained? Today I learned that's from Gladiator. Um, Also I'm looking at this and I'm seeing that my hair is like so um not the right color anymore. I need to dye it, and I will after I get back from the West Coast. I do kind of love the fact that this is just me and Leo hanging out. Putting your hair in a bun while it's wet, low-key crazy. It wasn't in a bun, it was in a claw clip, okay? So that's different. And it's also because it's really freaking cold and I didn't feel like blow drying my hair and I was running out of time before I said that I was going to start the stream. So, yeah. So I was like I got to do something um to keep it not on my neck cuz I was like it's cold. Even though I really love the feeling of like I don't know if anybody it says people are more people than Leo are watching, but Leo's the only one talking. So Leo, I don't know if you have ever had this feeling, but I like when my hair like you can feel your hair on your back, like your bare back. Bare back. Sorry. Whenever I hear the word bareback, I think of like bareback. I don't know. I realize now I could just zip this up instead of being like um but like whenever I hear bareback, I think of bareback saddle riding, riding a horse. I think of riding a horse because you can ride a horse bareback, which just means like without a saddle. That probably looked insane and I don't care. I hate that. Maybe it's my autism. Oh, your hair on your back? Well, as someone who also has no, as someone I've already explained why. For me, for my doctor has said that I should say autistic traits instead of autism because I'm not that far on the spectrum. Um, as someone who has autistic traits as well, um, I have to say, I find it very like it's like a pleasant thing to me. The wet hair isn't. It's really bothers me. Um, but like I don't know. I just like that's the fun part of having long hair is like when it's on your bare back and that's nice. But it being wet drives me crazy and cold. But that's just an annoyance thing. That's not like one of my that's not like my little um that's not like some my little what am I gonna name this? Um discomforts. I think I'm vastly underplaying and I should not say it like this. Um but yeah, you know what it is. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. Um gets copyrighted. That'd be really funny. Someone do an count. Someone put this on YouTube. I will not claim the video. Just I just want an counter. That's all I gotta say. Hey, you know what makes me feel better about not having that many viewers? I I'm about to roast let me roast every other streamer that I follow that I can see who's doing just chatting and only has like 900 viewers. No, but they're also making a lot more. They make money off this shit. So Ludwig only has like 6,000 viewers, guys. So I'm fine. Um, yeah. My God, someone I know has like a lot. This guy has like a lot of viewers right now. I don't. If I know how to raid, if I knew understood how what a raiding worked. How do you raid? Anybody know? No. Okay. Cool. I'm glad. I'm glad none of us know. Oh, well, there's a sword here. That's mod actions. Um, dun dun dun. See, this is what it shows me. This is gonna be like bright screen again. But rating with one person, I'm crying. Does it say one person for you? Because it says I have more viewers than that for me. But yeah, you're right. That's too embarrassing. We gotta gatekeep this shit. But like, why do they only show me these, symbols? Like, am I supposed to, like, what if I click on one of these and something happens? I don't know what this is. I don't know what the symbols means. I need words. Even though I can't read, I need words. Um, anyways, after roasting some of the people, they got more. Oh, for you it says 10, but only one confirmed, which is me, LOL. Well, in my heart, in my mind, I zoned out there for a little while. In my that could have been 20 minutes, that could have been 1 second, I don't know. But in my heart, in my mind, Leo, you are the only one. And that's what's up. So, and with that, I'm probably gonna end stream now. Um, because yeah, I did an hour and a half, and I don't know. I don't think that many people are joining. Maybe I gotta, maybe going back to just chatting isn't the move. I guess I'll try and figure it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I just want someone to tell me what to do. Um, that sounds really weird now that I think about it. But I just yeah, I get I follow directions well sometimes. No, for real. Drag Orbital back here. Okay. Good night, Liu, and whoever else is here and not talking. Love you. I have to go back and end stream. This is so awkward. Oh my god. Everyone pretended like it's already ended. Okay, okay, okay. It's over.